everybody. I'm attorney Jason McGrath, the law firm of McGrath and Spielberger. We're going to talk for a few minutes today about the college football selection committee and process and how that actually has some comparisons to your lawsuit or a potential lawsuit that you might be involved in or even contemplating filing yourself. These things might not seem to have much in common, but they actually do in some important ways. Since we're talking about football today, by the way, I decided not to wear a tie. Don't hold it against me. I am a real lawyer. And actually, I've done over 100 trials in my life and handled a lot of types of cases for individuals and businesses. So I think that I understand how this all works pretty well, but we'll see. In any case, along with the College Football Playoff Selection Committee and the process has come a lot of controversy. And there are two particular teams, TCU and Baylor, that have strong arguments as to why they should have been included in this 4-team playoff, but they've been left out. By the way, my team made it, so we're content for the moment. But in any case, TCU and Baylor are sitting there thinking to themselves, we played well, we won all of our games but one. We have very strong arguments. There are facts on our side to support our inclusion in this, and we have strong cases to make as to why we should have gotten the outcome that we wanted, and we feel the outcome that occurred was unjust and unfair to us. Well, a lot of people involved in the legal system feel the exact same way. You might be involved in a lawsuit, whether you're a defendant or a plaintiff or in some other role, and you can have very good facts, you can have good arguments to be made, you can have a good lawyer, you can have a good judge, you can even pick what appears to be a good jury and still either lose the case or have the case result in some kind of outcome that is not quite what you wanted or what you hoped for. You can, quote-unquote, win a case, but still not win it enough to have made everything worth it, all that you went through. Or you can win a case in a way that still doesn't give you quite what you really wanted at the end of the day. So the issue here really is control. Do you have control over your destiny? And, for these football teams, when they're on the field playing a game, it's between the teams pretty much. They don't really have to worry too much about outside control. I mean, the referees are always going to be there. But beyond that, it's mostly just the teams. They slug it out and they see who comes out on top on the scoreboard. And, in a lot of ways, if you have some kind of dispute, whether it's your business dispute or your personal dispute, if you're not in the court system, it's mostly just you and whatever resources you can bring to the table, which maybe involves a lawyer on your side and the other side, maybe not. But you have more control over what's going to happen. And I've heard many wise judges, arbitrators, mediators even say, hey, look, once you walk into a trial or some sort of hearing that might control the outcome of your case, and you put that decision in the hands of some other entity or some other party, you've lost control to a large extent. And so you're going to have to live with taking that risk, making that decision. So it's about control and about being able to directly influence and decide what the outcome is going to be versus putting it into the hands of somebody else. So I'm not at all saying that you shouldn't litigate. There are times when it's absolutely appropriate, but those times are not every time, and you should think long and hard about it, whether you want to control the outcome by reaching some kind of compromise or going through with the trial and putting it in the hands of some third party. And yes, you can usually appeal if you get an adverse ruling by a judge or jury, but certainly once you've lost up front, you're just about always in a really bad position. You lost leverage and lost negotiating power and that kind of thing. So whether you're a college football team who feels like you got the short end of the stick by some committee that maybe doesn't know what it's doing, at least in your opinion, if you're TCU or Baylor, or feel that you got treated unfairly, and that they didn't examine the important facts, they disregarded them, that kind of thing, or whether you're a litigant in the court system and you're concerned about a similar outcome or have actually had one, you get the deal. It's out of your control. So you might want to look at resolving it without a trial or even a lawsuit. Again, a case-by-case basis is how the analysis has to be made, but it's something to consider, and I will leave you with that. But whether you're a college football team playing in the playoffs or a person involved in a potential litigation dispute, I wish you the best with your outcome, and I hope that you're able to control the result as much as you can. Thank you.